money, riches, paintings, animals, and sculptures. The loot of the world. Enough for 10 museums. They said I had it all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Charles. Charles Foster Kane to be exact. Some call me a fascist, a communist, but if you ask me, I am, have been, and will only be one thing: an American. And also am something else. I, Charles Foster Kane, am the greatest newspaper tycoon of the age, and you can read that in the papers. I was born in good old Colorado, quite poor and didn't have much growing up, I tell you that. When I was 8 was when my life really changed. All I remember is that one minute I was playing outside with my sled. My prized possession, that sled was. Boy, still having it to this day. But as I was saying, the next thing I know is that my mama is giving me to some fellow named Thatcher. Said she didn't want me to grow up around my pawpaw, but I think she couldn't just pay for me is all. That's when the fellow took me to New York. He had some big time baker. I was living life, but I never saw mama or papa again. Soon I became a handsome schmuck, went to Harvard too, and Yale, and Princeton, and Cornell. So I did the only thing a rebellious and impressionistic man like me could do. I got myself expelled from all of them. I saw no value wasting my time in educational institutions, so I decided to become a very rich man. Very rich, I might add. I somehow convinced Mr. Thatcher to let me take control of his New York Enquirer since, well, I figured it might be fun to run a newspaper. Cost me about $1 million each year to run the business. Not that it mattered. At this rate, I knew I'd be out of business in about 60 years. A couple years down the line, I got married. Not to just anyone either. I got married to Emily Monroe Norton, niece of the president of this fine nation. She divorced me. It wasn't her fault. Beautiful Suzanne's. But all I wanted was love. That's all I ever wanted. But some schmuck had to come along and make a scandal. Ruined everything. I lost my marriage, my reputation, and my election. Emily died 2 years later. My money, Suzanne, and her career to rebuild myself on was all I had. I held them close, real close. She tried to kill herself. I'm sure it was a mistake. Nothing else. She left me too. The Great Depression didn't spare me either. A lot of my newspaper shops closed down. Thatcher didn't buy the business back either. There is no reason to leave my Xanadu, my sculptures, and this bottle of whiskey. All I can think of is Rosebud.